If you divided Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa into 20 equal parts and displayed them in 20 different museums around the world, would the audience be able to enjoy the masterpiece and fully appreciate it? Of course not. But looking at the world around us, at our universe, we admire its structure and beauty, although we only see about 1/20th of it. Incredible, right? The fact is that we're able to see only 5% of what our universe consists of. Everything else is something that we know almost nothing about: dark matter and dark energy, which make up 95% of the mass of the universe. They cannot be seen, but the presence of these mysterious substances is confirmed by the distorted behavior of observed cosmic bodies. In the same way, we don't see the wind as it bends the tree, but we know that it exists, just as with dark matter. In the 1930s, Swiss astronomer Fritz Zwicky observed the Coma Cluster, one of the largest galactic clusters in the constellation Coma Berenices. He found that the apparent mass of the cluster is much less than what we could observe. This data was confirmed 40 years later by the American astronomer Vera Rubin. It became clear that hypothetical dark matter and dark energy exist both in galactic space and beyond. The Planck Observatory in 2013 published data on the composition of the observed universe. It's made up of 4.9% ordinary or baryonic matter, 26.8% dark matter, and 68.3% dark energy. So it's obvious that dark matter and dark energy are the foundation of our universe. And now the most intriguing mystery of astrophysics is getting new data. In the already familiar galaxy cluster Coma, a ghost galaxy was discovered consisting of 99.99% dark matter. This large formation has about the same mass as our Milky Way, but it contains almost no stars. Take the Milky Way and remove all but one out of every 100 stars. It's about the same, says lead author of the study, Peter Van Dokkum of Yale. If nothing but these stars were in the galaxy and there was no hidden gravitational mass, it would simply be torn and pulled apart by neighboring galaxies. After all, the Coma Cluster is a volatile environment where many star systems are located very close to each other. The mysterious dark twin of the Milky Way is called Dragonfly 44. This ghost galaxy was discovered in 2015 using the telescope Dragonfly Eye. A team of astronomers led by Peter Van Dokkum combined 48 telephoto lenses into one massive telescope. The invention made it possible to capture much more light, and the result turned out to look very much like the giant eye of an insect. Therefore, it was named Dragonfly. Galaxies like Dragonfly 44 are so scattered that they would quickly disintegrate if they were not held together by some force. It's like dropping a glass of Coca-Cola into a pool. The soda will quickly dissipate in the water and disappear. But if you drop something heavy in, such as a bowling ball, it will not dissolve in the water. Ultra-diffuse or scattered galaxies with low stellar density are not uncommon in the universe, but all the known ghost galaxies until now are approximately 10,000 times smaller than the massive Dragonfly 44. The size of the mysterious Dragonfly is indicated by the speed of its stars. The speed of stars can tell us the mass of the galaxy. The faster they move, the greater the mass. Scientists took measurements with a spectrograph at the 10-meter Keck 2 telescope on Mount Mauna Kea, Hawaii. Surprisingly, stars move at speeds far greater than expected from such a dim galaxy, co-author Roberto Abraham of the University of Toronto reports. He says this means that Dragonfly 44 has a huge amount of invisible mass. Stacy McGough at Case Western University, a proponent of the alternative theory of gravity, which denies the presence of dark matter, was confused by this discovery. I don't know what to do with it, but it's definitely intriguing. This is a strange galaxy. Just imagine what we could see once inside a galaxy. Say, for example, some aliens live on a planet in a super diffusive galaxy. They wouldn't be able to see a streak of light in the sky similar to the Milky Way, which would allow them to see their position within a star formation. Rare stars flare in their night sky, surrounded by a giant, dark, indistinguishable substance. To get to a world with a high concentration of dark matter, we would have to travel for a long time. To be precise, something like 330 million light years. But since we are not particles of light, it would take us a bit longer to get to Dragonfly 44. For example, if you were to hitch a ride on the New Horizons probe, which studies the vicinity of Pluto, you could fly to this dark twin of our galaxy in about 6 or 7 trillion years. For those who don't have an interplanetary station at hand, but can take their car, the drive will take 1.8 quadrillion years. And don't even try to imagine this terrible figure with 15 zeros. If at the same time you were to scream really loudly as you departed from the Earth, then the scream would certainly get ahead of you, arriving in just 288 trillion years. Well, if you're the second Duncan MacLeod and you have until eternity at your disposal, you could easily walk to the Dragonfly on foot and say hello to the dark matter from us in about 55 quadrillion years. To tell you the truth, it's not at all necessary to spend eternity chasing this darkness. Mankind already knows many other ghost galaxies, smaller but also closer. These are hobbit galaxies, ultra-dim dwarf galaxies discovered in the vicinity of the Milky Way. In 2007, the Keck Observatory discovered 8 dwarf satellites in our galaxy. 6 of them are 99.9% dark matter. A detailed study of the relative velocities of the individual stars in these galaxies allowed astronomers to suggest that the powerful ultraviolet radiation of giant young stars at one time blew out most of the gas from these mini galaxies, which is the building material for stars, but it left the dark matter. It's believed that in most galaxies, including our own, there's more dark matter than usual, but the Hobbit galaxies and the ghostly Dragonfly 44 are truly shocking since they have the highest content of this unknown component. Meanwhile, the universe continues to throw surprises at scientists. In 2018, astronomer Peter Van Dokkum discovered the strange small galaxy DF2, in which there's no dark matter at all. It was followed by the discovery of another similar galaxy, DF4, the very existence of which undermines the modern theory of the formation of galaxies. It's believed that it's dark matter that plays the main role in this process. In fact, this is the foundation for the formation of gas clouds and stars. So astrophysicists got a complicated riddle. Soon, the anomalous structure of dwarf galaxies was refuted by a group of researchers from the Institute of Astrophysics of the Canary Islands, headed by Ignacio Trujillo. The assumption of the absence of dark matter in the DF2 galaxy was based on calculations which relied on the distance to the galaxies, about 64 million light years. A new study showed that the real distance from Earth to the mysterious galaxy is much smaller. It's only about 42 million light years. Now, nothing unusual is left in the galaxy's parameters. The overwhelming mass of matter consists of dark matter. But Van Dokkum does not agree with this refutation. He plans to conduct observations with the Hubble telescope to establish the distance to the disputed galaxy with an accuracy of 5%. Therefore, it's still unclear whether galaxies without dark matter really exist, and if so, how they appeared. Both extremes, galaxies that don't have dark matter and those that are almost entirely composed of it, could undermine existing ideas about the formation of galaxies. But what happens if one could get a glimpse into the secrets of dark matter? According to one theory, dark matter may actually be a topological defect in space-time. What if researching this substance helps us to create a time machine and gain control of previously inaccessible dimensions? The universe is full of mysteries. Our universe is 95% composed of something that we know almost nothing about. Planets, stars, galaxies, even you and I are just a veil for a huge something that we know nothing about. Fiction, right? And we still entertain ourselves with the illusion that man rules the world. What do you think about this? Write your thoughts in the comments and share it with your friends, because perhaps they still don't know about the mysteries of dark galaxies.